When you've got a Revel scooter and you park it by a fire hydrant, your butt's gonna get towed.
Hey everybody, welcome to Yeah Buddy. Today it is parking day. And fortunately my car is approximately 20 paces away from my front door. So no problem. I got out here early so that I could get double parked across the street earlier than everybody else because last week was kind of a zoo. I'm actually going to show you the street. Here we go. Nobody's double parked yet. It's probably because it's cold out today. So anyway, let's get going. It looks like we have a friendly officer already out on the prowl. We have an officer that's ready to give out tickets. Let's do it.
All right, let's rock and roll. I'm gonna get over to the other side of the street. Looks like my neighbor's there already. Get ourselves double parked. Squared away in the line. There are a couple of trees on this block that automobiles should be aware of. The trees with pigeons parked safely in their branches. You will come out and find your car full of pigeon poop if you park under the wrong tree on my block. Welcome to another episode of Parking Stories, New York City, NYC. It is a brisk autumn day in New York. I think there was a freeze warning last night. I'm originally from Minnesota, so this is nothing compared to where I come from, but still I've climatized to New York, and this is a little chilly for me. All right, so the story for today is more of a warning for anybody who chooses to ride or participate in the use of a Revel scooter. If you don't know what a Revel scooter is, it is Airbnb crossed with a Vespa, crossed with the city bike program in New York City.
Hi, I'm Brandon, one of the lesson specialists here at Revel.
You may look at one of our electric mopeds and wonder, what is that? Can I ride it? Is it hard?
Today, we're going to learn the ins and outs
So
of how to use a
essentially,
moped.
you
It's
rent
time
out
to
a
get
scooter and you use it when you need to use it. They are the shared economy on two wheels. They are little blue tricky devices for people that know how to drive a bicycle but may not have ever had formal education in riding a motorcycle or defensive driving courses. So you've seen a lot in the news over the last couple months about people getting hit on these things, people going out drinking, getting themselves into accidents, parking wherever, leaving these all over the place. And I've seen a lot of them in my neighborhood, especially when you're coming home to park late at night. You'll see a number of spaces on the blocks taken up by Revel scooters. I have not found a section of Revel scooters large enough yet to where I think that they've materially taken up a parking space for me. In aggregate, I would say it's possible. However, I've always driven around wondering why these Revel scooters can get away with parking by a fire hydrant in a manner in which a car, a van, a truck could not. I believe the law in New York City is you must be parked at least 15 feet away from a fire hydrant. So, I've always wondered to myself, how come they're not getting ticketed? How come they're not getting towed? How come like they have no repercussions? And I tell you what, yesterday I brought my kids to school. It's about a 1.5 mile walking round trip. I saw the NYPD tow truck with one Revel scooter loaded in the back, preceded by one other NYPD tow truck with a Moto Guzzi being towed away. So that answers my question. When you've got a Revel scooter and you park it by a fire hydrant, your butt's gonna get towed. So I'm gonna call up the Revel scooter company and ask them what kind of fees a person gets when they park their Revel scooter and it gets towed away. So let's call them up and see what they have to say. Better move your car. vehicle, so I'll just keep pulling ahead, I guess. Anybody else in their vehicles? I see my Super out here, Vincente. Nobody's in those vehicles, so I'll just pull right ahead. Hola, Vincente.
Hey, hey.
All right, so just as I suspected, I just called up the Revel. All right, so I just got off the phone with the customer service representative at Revel, and they enlightened me as to what their fee structure is. The customer representative told me at first there are no additional fees charged on top of your parking ticket fee or your tow fee. Then they said, hold up, just wait. I think if you get repeated parking tickets, we might charge up to $15 on top of the ticket fee. So I said, okay, that's cool. Is there somewhere on your website that says all this information? They said, yes, okay. If you go to the help section at the top of the page and you type in parking ticket in the search bar, that should bring you to the parking ticket FAQ section. So I looked up the parking ticket FAQ section, and what did I find is that you will be charged at least $5 for each parking ticket on top of the actual parking ticket fee, and up to $15 per parking ticket for repeated violations. Now, here's where the difficult part comes into play. If you get towed, you are going to pay a lot of money for that little scooter to be towed. If you read into the details, it's not super clear. It says they're going to charge you a impound fee. You're also going to be charged a $150 retrieval fee for Revel to go and pick up your scooter. And they said, we do not want to be picking up your scooters. So that's interesting. I mean, that's kind of what I assumed. $150 is probably standard. I haven't looked at what all the rental car companies say out there. But scooter rider beware. If you get your Revel towed, you're going to be paying a lot more than what you bargained for. So that's it for today, folks. The street sweeping is done. Take a moment to hit the like button. Smash that subscribe button if you want to see more parking videos and more parking stories from New York City. Yeah, buddy.